दोनों से इंटरचेंज कर रहा हूँ। तो आपको बेसिकली बस यही करना है कि आप पहले उसको डिमांड जनरेट करो। डिमांड जनरेट करने के लिए आप फार्मा एसोसिएशंस, बिग प्लेयर्स, स्टेक होल्डर्स, इनसे आप पहले मीटिंग्स करो। जब ये आपको कहते हैं कि हाँ जी हम आपसे ये रॉ मटेरियल लेंगे, उसके बाद आप अप्रोच करो फार्मर को, कलेक्टर को, कि हाँ जी आप इतना हमको मटेरियल दो और हम आपसे लेने को तैयार हैं। आप उनको लेकर आगे सीधे, क्योंकि फार्मर्स डायरेक्टली इस इतने बड़े प्लेयर से और स्टेक होल्डर से डील नहीं कर सकता। उसका जो काम है वो करेगा, वो कल्टीवेशन करेगा, कलेक्शन करेगा, बट आगे का जो काम है वो आपको ही करना है। तो इसके लिए ही मैं ये चीज कह रहा हूँ, क्योंकि ये सब कुछ मैं आपको बताऊं, मैं एक पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से कह रहा हूँ और इतना टफ नहीं है। अगर हम अच्छे से काम करेंगे, अच्छे से सब कुछ करेंगे तो पूरा सपोर्ट होता है, मिनिस्ट्री का, गवर्नमेंट का, फार्मर्स का, सबका सपोर्ट है और इसका मार्केट बहुत अच्छा है। और अभी मैं जहां कहीं भी जाता हूँ तो अगर कोई भी मैं उससे पूछता हूँ, वो ग्रो करते हैं और स्पेसिफिक एक कंपनी का, एक आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन की एक कंपनी है, वो उनके सारे के सारे ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड में यही सिचुएशन है, वो उनका पूरा क्रॉप ले लेती है और उसको अपने मेडिसिन में, अपने अदर प्रोडक्ट्स में यूज करते हैं। तो वही चीज तो मैंने once time I was addressing gathering of farmers and other forest officer or PCS of officer in Dehradun, okay, as a speaker for GIZ, okay। तो GIZ के उस प्रोग्राम में मुझसे एक साइंटिस्ट कम फार्मर, वो एक फार्मर भी हैं, एसोसिएशन भी चलाते हैं, एनजीओ भी चलाते हैं और साइंटिस्ट भी हैं। उन्होंने मुझसे ये बोला कि आप जो जितना भी आप कह रहे हो, मेरा तो पूरी की पूरी मेडिसिनल प्लांट स्पेशीज ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खरीद लेती है, तो मैं क्यों सर्टिफिकेशन कराऊं या क्यों क्वालिटी पे काम करूं या क्यों और ग्रो करूं। तो उनको मेरा यही रिप्लाई था कि उन्होंने अपने आप को लिमिटेड कर दिया कि हमने 500 टन कोई मेडिसिनल प्लांट हमने ग्रो किया और उसको हमने एक्स कंपनी में पूरा सेल कर दिया। तो क्यों आज 500 पे अपने आप को लिमिटेड क्यों कर रहे हैं। तो मैंने उनको यही सजेस्ट किया कि आप अपना प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाओ। अगर आज आपके पास एक कंपनी है, मान लीजिए कि आज आपके पास डाबर है, कल आपके पास पतंजलि आएगा, फिर आपके बैद्यनाथ आएगा, तो आप अपना प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाओगे, फील्ड बढ़ाओगे, तभी आपको आपका भी फायदा होगा। अपने आप को लिमिटेड मत करो। लेकिन इस सेक्टर में आप जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है वो उस पर आप लोग फोकस करना इसमें एंट्री, क्योंकि इसमें क्वालिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि ये मेडिसिनल प्लांट है जो कि मेडिसिन में यूज होता है। तो इसमें क्वालिटी पे बहुत जरूरी है काम करना। उसी के लिए हम लोग ऑल ओवर इंडिया में सर्टिफिकेशन करते हैं फॉर क्वालिटी, कि आपके जो रॉ मटेरियल उसकी क्वालिटी है, जो कि आपके ड्राइंग, स्नोइंग और अदर जो भी एक्टिविटीज हैं, पोस्ट हार्वेस्टिंग और प्री हार्वेस्टिंग जो भी फैसिलिटीज होती हैं, उन सब पे डिपेंड करता है। तो ये जरूर एक फोकस करने वाली है और ये ध्यान में देने वाली बात है, जिस पर कि मैं कहता हूँ कि सब लोग को फोकस करना चाहिए। इसलिए आज जो भी मेरा ये डिस्कशन है वो मेडिसिन प्लांट में आई हैड एक्सपीरियंस इन योगा सर्टिफिकेशन। इससे पहले मैंने योगा सर्टिफिकेशन भी जो मोदी जी का जो योगा जो लॉन्च हुआ है उस पर भी हम काम कर चुके हैं। जो हमारे QCI है उस पर मैंने अदर इंडस्ट्रीज में, काफी इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए काम किया है, ऐसे योगा सर्टिफिकेशन के लिए, लेट्स सेफ पेंट्स के लिए, B.Ed कॉलेज, ITI कॉलेजेस, सो मैनी स्कीम्स। मैंने बहुत सी स्कीम्स पे काम किया है, फूड सेफ्टी पे किया है। लेकिन ये सेक्टर मुझे इतना ग्रोइंग सेक्टर लगता है आज। मैंने क्योंकि जब आत्मनिर्भर भारत मैंने देखा तो उसमें इस सेक्टर पे भी काफी फोकस किया गया, तो इसीलिए मैंने ये सोचा कि मैं आपको नॉर्मल एक अपना एक्सपीरियंस, कि मेरे लाइफ के क्या एक्सपीरियंस हैं, मैंने कैसे किया और आपको आगे कैसे जॉब मिलता है, मुझे ये लगा कि मैं आपको एक स्पेसिफिक इंडस्ट्री के लिए कुछ जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है वो मैं शेयर करूं। अगर कोई भी इस फील्ड में इंटरेस्टेड हो तो वो मुझे एज ए एल्यूमिनाई आई एम ऑलवेज अवेलेबल फॉर एनी क्वेरी, फॉर एनी क्वेश्चन, ओके। तो आप लोग कभी भी मुझसे इस पे बात कर सकते हैं अगर आप इंटरेस्टेड हैं। बस मेरा इतना ही इस सेशन में मुझे इतना बोलना था। हमारा एक टाइम है, जो भी हमारा टाइम बाउंड है, तो आई एम स्टॉपिंग हियर एंड आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल to all my faculties, Monica ma'am, Ankur sir, Nimi ma'am, and all my faculties for inviting me for this very interesting webinar and give me this opportunity to talk to with my other friends, colleagues of Sharda. So thank you very much all for attending this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really insightful. Obviously, like in the last speeches of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he do touched upon the importance of supply chain, and that is what is, I guess, that is the most important and subtle message we have from him. In addition to the Atmanirbhar of becoming self-dependent. And so, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We'll be taking questions from audience. We have a few couple of questions we'll be taking after the session of Mr. Vishwaratan Prakash. So now I would like to invite Mr. Vishwaratan Prakash. He's currently holding the position of team lead competitive intelligence at Phronesis Partners Noida. So the platform is all yours, right? And I hope, since you're having the presentation, you can please share your screen for the presentation and we can go ahead.
Sure. Thank you, Gagandeep. Sorry, Gaganjeet Singh. Thank you so much for inviting us, both of us. Before getting into my area or the topic that I have shared to talk about today over here. Before I do that, I would like to really thank you, Mr. Tripathi, for sharing his valuable views. And we were really lucky, fortunate enough to have heard from you all those transformation in supply chain opportunities for students coming up from management backgrounds. And yeah, to take this forward from here, as I said, and you all might be aware of the topic that I have, selected, or say, uh, if I don't talk about selecting a topic, let me put it across this way. It is the most important thing that I wanted to share with you, rather than, and of course, it has been a great experience of mine. If I talk about my personal opinion about, sharing such views over, job opportunities, or how a term called networking can play an important role, you know, uh, the simple it looks when we call it networking, and how important a role it can play in creating opportunities. Now, when I talk about creating opportunities, the sole purpose behind this, and it is job opportunities. Okay. Now, I would really like to thank you, thank Monica ma'am, Soumya ma'am for today, okay, and Deepa ma'am, of course, for being there, being a convener for this, and of course, backstage, Ankur sir, for all those motivations, keeping in touch very frequently. We often talk about, any kind of advices, suggestions that we have, each of us from both the parties, right? Okay, if my voice is cracking, I just heard a message. I'll try to set my microphone a bit better. Okay, let me know in between if anything just breaks out. Okay, great. So I have a small PPT, falling short of time. I'll just share it with you. Let me uh, put it on screen share, and you'll all be able to see what I have put across. Nothing very, uh, I think you can see it. I'll just put it on screen share. I'll just put it on slideshow. Yeah, yeah. Great. I think it will be visible to you. Sorry. Yeah. So this is what I have put across, and I'll be sharing few of my uh, not I'll say few because it hasn't been a long tenure, of me working in this corporate industry. Let me tell you, this has been a critical learning session. I have been working in Fronesis Partners. It is a Singapore headquartered company. We are into management consulting, and primarily we are engaged into research engagements. So we have different projects from from different industries, of course. And believe me, and as you can see on my slide as well, uh, I was there in Sharda as a Shardian, where I pursued my BCom and MBA as well. So my passing year from MBA was 2017, and in the final semester, the beginning of the final semester, I was placed. And yes, the truth is the only company that I sat for my placement is the company that I'm working for now. So this Phronesis Partners. So I began with it, and I have started liking it, and I love what I do right now. So that is what I cherish. Great. I'll be sharing very important. I'll be sharing few views on very important topic, that is networking creates opportunities. Okay. Sorry about that. Uh, I can see the attendees. I saw the attendance was very less, and as expected as well. When students are told to attend classes, they turn up in very less number, and of course this is a webinar. So yeah, it will take time. It will take time to students for to come in, walk on the same platform that we, when I say we, I mean their faculties, the people that actually want them to grow in their career. No worries, and I can see a few faculties as well. Thank you everyone for joining and taking out time for this. Great. Let's move on and see what I put across, and I'll try to explain through few funny pictures, you may say, but quite sensible one. And this picture says it's all about which way you look. Now, see, we all have, as already spoken, Mr. Tripathi has shared few lights on the current situation. Uh, just to add on, we have been you know uh, suffering from this lockdown. We are at back at our home, behind the doors for like more than 70 odd days now, and the government has all the changing policies, the new rules for each and every city that each of us are based out of. uh, in between these situations, let us not hold our morale in the decreasing mode. Let us not be affected by the situation outside. We understand the stress, the level of stress, and let me assure each of us, whoever is present here and who all will be listening after this, we do not have the same capacity of handling stress. Okay, it might be a small a little less in each, more in some other, right? So let us be motivated by the help of this webinar concept. Let us be motivated speaking with our faculties. Yeah, let us be motivated from my topic, that is networking. So why not engage, why not inculcate, why not nurture this talent or nurture this ability of reaching out in more hands? Okay, why not put yourself in communication mode to your corporates, or whichever mode you can reach out to industry professionals present out there in the market. Okay, so I'll it's all about your attitude, right? When I say, when you see on the picture two girls, okay, I believe we all can understand there's a wind blowing, and a girl who takes it positively, she might have a different attitude towards it, and then the girl next to it, just by changing a direction in which she is absolutely on the opposite direction where the wind is blowing from. So the experience the girl in yellow is facing is a bit brighter. She's kind of loving it. This is a result of her attitude, right, towards whatever the situation is. And the one on the side is actually not facing the same, right? So she is not liking the wind. Okay, so maybe this just for the simple reason, the reaction the both of them is having is different. Okay, so let me tell you my experience on how important or how much of a weightage attitude your attitude is going to play a role in your life. Okay, when we talk about opportunities, I'll come to job opportunities a bit later, one or two slides later. Let me just put it across as opportunities. It might be in so many other terms, right? When we talk about opportunities, see, the more I nurture and grow in this changed life of mine, when I'm talking about changed life, I mean the change that I have traveled from a college to corporate, right? So this change everyone has to go through. Wait, let me correct. Unless you wanted to, okay? So if you want that experience to come to you from the journey of college to corporate, now everyone has to change their attitude towards it. Okay, so the more I realize and learn the impact of the way I am looking at my life, so that is what I call my attitude towards life. Looking things differently, that is a very important part in your life. You might have started it few sensible, you know uh, by guidance of your parents back at home, by guidance of your faculty members in the college premises, or for all those corporates who already have been working, by the guidance of your manager or employer. Okay, so that makes it different. Now guys, believe me or not, I might sound a big shot. I might, when I talk about change in life, though I haven't been a great till the time I was back in college. So I might sound a very decorated speaker. You might say, what are you talking about? Come on, we are still in college. We are still in that growing time that we are right now. So but truth of life is, my attitude towards life is more important than many other things present in this present in our life. If I have to point out few things, let it be actual facts. I'm just giving more weightage to my attitude than all the facts that are present there. And I have been given priority. I have been prioritizing over very few parts, very important parts of my life. My manager, whenever I sit with my manager, going through those project trainings, motivations. So he actually trains a lot of people in the team how to prioritize. You learn this prioritizing once you have different responsibilities. Today you only have, you walk, you come out of your houses, you walk to your college, somehow attend classes. I can say this because I have been on the other side of the table as well. Now I'm speaking because I have that experience and I have been selected to do so. But that is the absolute truth of life. Let it be. Okay, so and when I talk about my attitude, let me give attitude more weightage that money I earn. Okay, and all those weird situations that I have been in, and absolutely it is derived from the way you like to handle all the situations coming your way. Okay, and please believe when I say, all the failures might not be as important as you react to them. Okay, all is your perception. Okay, and let the success be also secondary, when attitude comes. So when you start giving priority importance to your attitude, even the success will fall at second place. Okay, so we all should accept this fact, that whatever, and I'm convinced that life is actually the 10% what happens to me or us, and 90% how we react to it. Now, this is a very important line or important learning, that 90% of whatever is happening to your life is based on your attitude. So, based on you react to them. Okay, and 10% is actually what happens to you naturally, right? Great. And all those attendees that are present right now, and I'm sure 90% of you will agree when I quote this, and we all have been familiar to this phrase, that we cannot change our past, right? The fact that people act in certain way, we cannot change this. But uh, why you sit, waste time thinking over what others are thinking about you? Okay, so let us not pay attention to what others are thinking about you. Instead, take it take that time, prioritize other things which you think is more important at that point of time. Okay, so that is all I have to say for this particular slide, and it speaks loud and clear. Okay, anyways, moving on, I'll just move ahead with my and I'll jump straight away to my topic, which is networking. Believe me, guys, when I talk to my faculties, and I love to stay in touch with them more often or not, whenever I get time. Being working in a MNC, which needs time flexibility. A lot of them. I don't know how many hours in a day I have been working. Everybody is doing. Who all are in the industry. They have to be flexible as per the project. But I am very keen to discuss about when you say, when you look at the screen and you say there's a place where you are right now, and there's a point or a goal where everybody needs a successful career, right? Now there's a flow chart in front of you which says few words are very familiar to you, few words I would like to throw some lights on. Now there is a word in bold which says networking. Guys, networking, if I have to put it in a very simple and a very understandable manner, which I'll be able to convey to you, it's a club of relationship. Okay, with for those who are working, it's the relationship with their employers. For those who are in college, it's the relationship that you have with the faculty members. It's the relationship that you have with your seniors, and of course, which the relationship that you have been missing. And mark my words when I'm saying you actually miss, the students right now is missing. We did not, I on personal level, I did not miss that opportunity to have a relationship with your alumni. Guys, we have been, all the faculties, all the conveners right now over here, they have been really working hard on how to make full utilization of such assets that pass every year from Sharda University. Okay, so we name them under alumni. They pass out. Few alumni stay in touch. Few, of course, are busy in their corporate life. But how to make the full use of it? And believe me, students, all those who are hearing, they are not doing it for their benefit or their sake of interest. They are doing it for you. How we can take help, advice, suggestions from alumni, which will help you know grow each and every student's career in the college. So you can see networking have two ways. One, you maintain that relationship with alumni, and then the way you can do it is through social medias, of course, through personal contact as well, which you some of you might have, some of you might not. So that is of course an important thing. So there are many ways to go efficiently to the career, reach there. And the most important and the most basic requirement of every studying student on the final year, maybe doing grads, maybe doing master's degree back out there in college, is to seek a job, right? So the more you diversify your approach towards seeking job, towards efficiently reaching the career, is the higher your chances of getting success to it. So when I say diversify, it's a financial term. When we used to study finance, we all were advised to diversify your risk. When we talk about diversifying your investments and making it less risky for you. Okay, so similarly, you need to diversify your approach to maintain that relationship. So you have a few very common approach nowadays through social medias. I'll be touching those points as well, those platforms as well, where you can connect to your alumni with the help of social medias available. Okay, great. And I'll also show you what are a few ways alumni have approached this. Alumni are helping you reach your career. How can they be of great help down the line? Now, and if you see two ways. One is the advanced search strategies. That is another way of reaching to your career, and of course seeking job in routine. And one is basic search strategies. Those are the basic ones that we follow. Okay, so now first I'd like to touch on advanced search strategies that we have, and which some of let me not call it's not very common, but students try to run away from it whenever we have that second year, or maybe second last semester, when we are forced, or when we are put to actual test, and when we are told that you need to have some hands-on experience of industry before you get placed over here in the campus, is by internships. So that is the very first method of advanced search strategies, which automatically takes you to a successful career, right? So nothing, we are not unfamiliar with this term. When we call internship, we all know exploring new career fields, learning new skills in different industries, different corporate bodies, building connections with the employers. Of course, they are with you for not more than 6 to 7 weeks. That is all what the college requires. And some of them also goes you know uh, some of them also goes into what I was talking about, to 1.5 months or 2 months. That is, of course, when that is dependent on the company to company, of course. And then gain hands-on experience, as I said. Okay. Now there are another methods. One of them is direct outreach. Okay. So direct outreach, I mean, going through those directly through organization websites. Okay, so that is available. So nowadays it's very advanced, when students, of course, taking help from seniors and their parents, they say go out to the company website, search for jobs. So of course that is available for you. And believe me, uh, getting directly to companies' websites, getting in contact with their talent acquisition team, the HR team over there, is more fruitful than than any other method you might say. I'll not say it is the best, but of course, in recent trends, it has proved a lot better. Okay, so uh, and when we talk about those two advanced search strategies, we also need to cover the basic strategies, which are very common: the ongoing campus interviews that we have, and the job boards that we follow. Okay, so that the job boards are just like walk-in interviews, any post from a company on our social networks about walk-ins, vacancies that we have. So these are the basic strategies that are available, right? Now moving on, the thing that I'm very emphasizing on is networking. So you all might be, getting in touch. You all might be in touch with your mates, your colleagues, the with whom you are studying right now. But please, when you ask for my suggestion, please extend your arms to those who have, those who are your seniors. Extend your arms to those who have already passed out. When I say not passed out, there all those who are passing out from your college, your alumni, which actually will help you to build a strong network. When you follow this process of networking, which most of us are lacking now. And when I say most of us, I'm strictly pointing out to students that we have. Okay. Now, there are many ways you can make a successful networking. Of course, you need guidance in this. Uh, People might take it very lightly when we talk about networking. But believe me, when I think about I've been always emphasizing on our networking. And of course, my topic is networking creates opportunities. So I'm also always improving on my networks and always looking for good opportunities. I just wish nobody from my office is listening this because I'll be screwed then. Anyways, I'll have to say this because opportunities are a thing that we always look for. Great. And when we are searching jobs online, students, let me bring to your notice this. When we are searching jobs online, the process of the all those methods shouldn't stop at all those basic methods that we had in the previous slides, which are, you should not be restricted or limited towards only campus recruitments. We have a habit of, we also had, so I'll accept that, we also had the habit of complaining a lot. Sir, we have very less companies, we have small industries, we have small corporates visiting our campus. Why other colleges have this, why can't we have the same? uh, we understand the curiosity, we understand the hope to get into big firms, big MNCs. And of course, when your college is providing this, what better can it be? So, but I'll suggest, let us not limit ourselves to only those basic methods, that is campus recruitments and the general walk-ins that the company publishes. Okay, our aim should be, I said earlier, but uh, to have a successful networking, we need to build new connections. Okay, new connections might be your alumni, might be the corporates who are already there, whom you do not know. Okay, whom you might be a fresh hole, so you might reach out to them as well, right? So I have four or five, I say I'll have four major important methods to build new successful networking. Okay, yeah, I have listed four. I understand there might be many, but let me put four, the most important ones. And if I just look at the points that I have mentioned, it is, first is check your online properties. So when I'm talking about online properties, I have already put you at a place where I am believing, or I'm hoping, or I'm assuming that you have started building your new networks. You have started sending new connection invites on all those available social networks platforms that we have to the uh, existing corporates, the experts of industries that are already working there. So I'm especially talking about your online properties. First thing first, before you even start reaching out, please make sure that every part of your online process, that is, they should not have trouble accessing your resume. Okay, on your LinkedIn, of course, those are networks where you put down your resume for others to see. When you know uh, switch on that alert of applying, you're looking for jobs. Those are platforms where you first thing first, you update your properties, so that any any professional looking at your your profile does not face any problem accessing and looking which field you are interested in, right? Or what have your recent professional life been? Have you been into few internships? Have you been into few life projects? So those are a few online properties that you need to activate first, then you start reaching out to professionals. Then we have the second point, which is again very important, is opening lines of communication. Believe me, you might take it as fun, a very small request and a strict instructions to the students as well at the same time, to all my dear friends, the attendants over here. Do not make mistakes when reaching out to your contacts. You know, first of all, plead for a few minutes of their precious time. That I what I have experienced whenever I have in recent times I've started working on LinkedIn a lot, uh, staying active online, and speaking with different industry professionals. And believe me, I even try to reach out to them even if I'm not looking for a job. So it's not necessary that you only go on these networking or platforms or these social networks where you can reach out to professionals only when you are in need. You can walk up to them. You can actually plead for a few precious time that they might not have. Of course, you can schedule a talk with them. Do not hesitate in beginning the communication, right? I would always suggest to talk about his or her recent history. So if you that can only happen if you're active on LinkedIn more often. Okay, so you'll get a community to target, or let me not say target, I would say whom you need to reach out, you want to speak to them. So have tracking to their recent posts, so that will help you begin a conversation. So that will be polite enough rather than directly sending your resume to their conversation box, inbox them, and then say, sir, I'm looking for a job. That will be a rude, okay, communication. And the third thing is, this is an interesting one, but believe me, it's helpful. I have tried this and people have helped me as well. So make connections for others. When you do that, we all have heard that phrase, if you do good to people, you get in return. But let me add to this, you do good to people, and you get something in return unless and until they are good at heart. So if you do good to good people, then you get good return. So it might be a bit complex, but I'm just trying to convey that if you actually do something good for somebody whom who has the same intentions, to take that help and give it back. So now that is the point when it is helpful and useful as well. So we can use this networking to make connections for others. So for example, I say, let me assume anybody, Monica ma'am is in a fresher, and if I need, and I also am connection to Soumya ma'am as well. And if I make, I am a good friend or I'm a connection to Monica ma'am, and I see Monica ma'am has some help, or she has a vacancy in her company and needs a resource, I would make connection. I would go ahead and extend those connections. I can take it to Soumya ma'am. I can take it to some other person as well. So this is the process where I can make connection for others. So it might be a possibility that Monica ma'am and Soumya ma'am might not know each other, but now through me, when I helped them to get in a connection, now they know each other, at least professionally, if not personally. Okay. Now the fourth most important and the last one, as per me, is don't be a stranger. I already discussed this earlier as well. Now some of us might take this granted and use it wrongly. Those who like to chat to people, get in casual conversation, please be away from these professional networking sites that we have. Okay. So be a regular visit, so that people or professionals that you have been speaking with do not forget your name, do not forget your identity, and do not forget your area of help that you provide. Okay. might have spoken to them. Now these are few networking sites that I've already spoken about. uh, so when we look at WhatsApp, there are few you know uh, upcoming groups. This is already in trend. We nowadays Facebook groups, a live example of Facebook groups are our Facebook page of alumni, where Monica ma'am keeps on updating those webinars updates and all those communications she might have had with alumni. LinkedIn, my friend, LinkedIn is nowadays the trending professional networking platform. I would suggest each and every you know uh, graduate, each and every master's degree holders to. I don't know how many of you might have already have a profile on LinkedIn. If you do not have, you are a generation a lacking generation behind. Please make your profile on LinkedIn. I'm not at all a promoter of LinkedIn. I'm just saying it for your benefit. If you have a good profile on LinkedIn with all your properties that I was talking about, online properties updated correctly and updated time and again, you believe me, or you can write it somewhere. It might take time for you to search a job, because LinkedIn does not provide job directly. But of course, you can get in touch with lot of corporate people that who can you can help you through those. It can help you build a gateway from college to corporate. Get in touch with HRs of different companies. You are absolutely free to reach out to any of your alumni who are available on LinkedIn, especially me. I'm not sure, I'll not boost up over here. I'll not praise myself when I say I have already been helping a lot of students, a lot of experienced professionals who are on LinkedIn, and coming to me and saying, "Sir, I can see you have a lot of experience in this. I want to get into research. I want to get into HR. I want to get into marketing. Can you please refer me to somebody?" So whenever I get time, I do help them. And just for just for that sake, I have been helping few Sharda students as well. Last year I was there for campus placement. I was hoping, just to have that soft corner for my School of Business Studies building, but I did not see that spark that I was looking for. So fortunately, I took a BTech, a girl. She's doing wonders over here in the business research. She's doing absolutely fine, and I'm really happy for her. Anyways, guys, you can see two pictures. uh, they both have same intention, or say let me say they both have same goal, that is seeking a job. But when you look at their approach, you'll find a major difference. Now, the one in the left of your screen, where he says he's hunting for job, and the one who is right of your screen, he says, "I need a job." Now, the one who is saying, "I need a job," is more polite, is more using basic strategies, methods that we are talking about. you know sitting and waiting for opportunity to come his way, which might be college placements, which might be a vacancy. He might be expecting, unless and until a vacancy come, I'll wait for that. And one who is on the left, who is looking for or hunting for job, he is a bit aggressive. He is applying all his advanced techniques for looking for a job, which might be internships. He might be eager for getting hands-on experiences, and then going into a job which will ultimately lead him to, of course. So, and of course, those official websites of company. So there's a difference, students, when you go and hunt for job. There's a difference in your approach. There should be a difference in your intention, what you want and how quickly you want. Okay. Now, we all understand the situation, the COVID-19 situation right now in India, and we all know the crisis we all going through. And I was just having a word with a few faculties before this beginning of the webinar over here. How students have, sat down, inculcated that thought in themselves, a passive approach that hamara kya hoga, like what we can do in this point of time, what we can do in this situation when we know that industries have been hit, and there have been crises in job opportunities, there have been crises in job offers that HRs have been sharing. So believe me guys, when I share few of 5 of these points, I'll try to depict those positive points in front of you. And let me tell you very frankly, jobs are available. When you might have been going through these recent affairs, press releases, news, where they also highlights on how companies are motivating this work from home method of working. Okay, so the first positive thing is that is mentioned, Coca-Cola, the bottling unit. Sure, I have been notified about the time. I think this is the second last slide that I have to be cover on. So, few points that Coca-Cola has increased, has a good amount of hike in the salary of their employees. Which just to specify the percentage that I was researching on, it is 7 to 8% to 7,000 direct employees. Again, that is a motivation. And of course, the India's biggest paint maker, Asian Paints, they have decided to give the employees a price hike in this economic crisis that we have. Okay, and then third, during this lockdown, IT industries have found this method of work from home have a positive effect. It has also saved few administrative cost for few companies, be it admin cost, be it few other costs, employee engagement cost as well. So working from home, they are saving a lot, and of course not compromising in quality that they have to deliver, right? And of course, honoring of job, there have been few national companies, Indian companies, coming up to their task and helping those students who were promised a job offer but were put on hold. So these are the companies who are still looking for jobs. There are job vacancies. I have a very live experience. I got 2 calls from a different research company day before, where they were asking, if you're looking for a job, we are happy to take experienced people and do work from home. So when I can get it, believe me, you can have it too. So, and I'm open to questions, as Gagan said, to the post this conversation. So conclusion is, I would motivate each and every attendees, especially students. Uh, do not stop reading. Do not stop reading materials, be it whatever method, be it whatever platform you're reading, and do not hesitate to communicate with me. I'm here for you to help you in whichever way we can. And such experienced people like Mr. Tripathi and all those previous webinar guest speakers have been there for you. Certainly, you can reach out to them. You can find all the networking. You can start your networking by me, if not any others. Feel free to reach out to me in any way you can. Email ID, contact number, on WhatsApp. I am surely available. My LinkedIn full name and my Facebook, of course. Thank you so much, and hope this would be of great help to students. And let the networking begin. Hope you stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected.
Thank you so much, sir. Like we found it very like helpful for the current generation. Like we for this networking, this how LinkedIn is important, and I really like the line that "Don't be a stranger." It seems very important for the current students, and not I don't think so. Not only students, but the professionals, those who are out. We are expecting a recession also ahead, and for that, networking is very important. So, like as Mr. Om Tripathi is also like he's having a meeting at 4:30. We'll just start with the Q&A session, right? So we have a couple of questions. We'll start with Mr. Om Tripathi. There's a question from Mr. Pratik. He's asking, will farm to folk model rise again in post-COVID crisis?
Farm to fork. Basically, this is comes under the agriculture ministry. Okay. If they are interested in organic, then they will contact APIDA. APIDA deals in organic products. Okay. For there, he collect all the database of organic industries and all details about organic. Okay. Organic and medicinal plant is little different from each other.
Okay, right. There's a question from Neeraj. He's asking how much subsidy is government providing for cold chain?
For I think 50%.
So 50%, in cold chain, like we have cold storages and
Yeah,
reefer trucks, right?
yeah.
So,
For
okay,
cold storage and for post harvesting infrastructure.
right, right. There's a question from Swati. She's asking, can you guide how can we get benefits from government if we have a startup plan for organic farming? So, okay, you have already shared, it seems, like from the APIDA itself. One last question for you. It's from Manu Agarwal. What challenges India will face with respect to supply chain if it goes for Atma-Nirbhar concept?
I already shared my reply to my batchmate.
Okay, right, great. Actually, you were replying instantly also. Thank you so much for that. There are two questions for Vishwaratan Prakash. There's a question from Pratik. He's asking, how can I grow my professional network from college days itself?
Yes, I can see that, Pratik. Yeah, your question is your professional network from college days itself. As I said earlier as well, you can begin, begin with a LinkedIn profile, start sending connections to people whom you know, start from your college, start from your faculties, then extend your arms to the corporates, your alumni. Of course, you can, if you could filter over there and search Sharda University, you'll get all people who have been somehow or the other associated with Sharda. You send invites to them. And then, of course, post that you can reach out to industry experts as well. This is how you can begin from college, your networking skills, and then after you're connected, you can speak with us, communicate to them directly.
Right. And there's a question from Renal. He's asking what all platforms can help me to expand my network to find better opportunities. It seems you have already covered it in your second last slide.
Yeah,
And he's also asking like I try to connect on LinkedIn, but people rarely revert to my messages.
I understand that is a major issue. It's all the level of the management level that you try to reach. So if you'll try and speak with people who are above manager level, or who are into decision making, they'll be replying less. And if that is a trend, but you never lose hope. You keep trying, and you start from any company. If you want to get into any company, if you're trying to speak with any people in the company, try with lower designation people, like team leads. Try from analyst. They'll help you refer to the HR directly. So and even managers, they reply but a bit late. So try that way. If it doesn't work, you can certainly text me on LinkedIn. I'll reply for sure.
Right, right. So I hope Mrinal got his answer. You can start with the Vishwaratan itself. He also shared his LinkedIn ID. You have to just search Vishwaratan Prakash and you can just connect him on LinkedIn. Even I'll connect with you so soon after the webinar. So we're looking
Sorry,
forward to
just to
connect.
just to interrupt.
These,
Sorry, Mr.
yeah,
Tripathi. Sorry for taking your time. I lost that chat box that you are leading into a meeting. Sorry about that. We find the time frame so short that we have a lot of things to speak.
No
right.
issue, no issue.
So
Thanks for the call.
I just request Professor Soumya and Dr. Deepa and Dr. Monica to please switch on their videos. We'll before concluding, we'll just take your closing notes for the speakers. Can we start with Dr. Deepa Kumari?
Gagan, it's not opening from your side, our video.
Can you?
Yeah, it's open.
Okay, right. So can we start with Dr. Deepa Kumari? Ma'am, we cannot hear you. Can you connect with audio?
Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 sir. You're audible
Good,
now.
good. Okay. Thank you for both the panelists. It was nice because one talked about the agriculture and the traditional medicine. On the other hand, we were talking about networking. And Vishwaratan, let me tell you, that I'm very, very bad at networking. The only social media that I'm on is Twitter, and I love it because you can troll people. So I'm getting a lot of fun out of it. But yeah, I'm also very, very lazy when it comes to LinkedIn. But thank you. I think I'm a little motivated to do that. And to Mr. Rom Tripathi, I was working on in the area of traditional medicine. You know, we were writing a paper on it, and this is a good insight. I think I never really looked at things from this perspective. Thank you so much. And I think when students hear you, they can relate to you more because they see some part of them in you. Okay, and I think that's real fun. And that's, you know, even I feel nostalgic. I can go 20 years back from now, and you know, can feel about how does it feel to be a newcomer in the industry, or let's say, you know. So thank you so much for being there. Yeah, thank you.
Ma'am, Professor Soumya Kumar, can you please share your closing notes?
Sure, sure. It was really great, Ratan and Om. Like both have been associated with me, one as a friend and one as a student. But it was really nice getting beautiful insights regarding your related areas. And I really hope that the students who joined in the webinar today would be getting quite a great number of ideas as to how they can make utilization of networking as well as a career in agriculture related and its allied sectors. So thank you for being there. Thank you for sharing your ideas and views. And it was really nice to have you on board. Thanks.
Yes. So we are left with Dr. Monica Agarwal. Ma'am will be taking your closing notes.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Om and Vishwaratan. It's nice, Om, seeing you after so long, and it's so wonderful. Your concepts are so clear. Like I think you never studied about agriculture, as far as I know. But the way you were speaking, the basics all clear. What we always focus, the concepts should be clear. Your focus are so clear. I'm so delighted to hear from you. And Vishwatan, as usual, you spoke very well, and continuously when you start speaking, you are on your flow, and it's nice.
Old
And
habit.
one question what the student was asking, how to start connecting with your seniors. And we have a portal. I've put the login here. Once you go final year and then alumni, connecting with your alumni. This is the best platform. And we have started this webinar so that this connection between the alumni and the students and the faculty, which somehow was lacking, we are trying to have it again. And it's always been an experience, a lovely experience to hear from the alumni, the students you have taught. I taught Om long back, and the seats have changed. It's really wonderful experience hearing you, Om, and yes, Vishwatan. Thank you so much, both of you. Thanks all the attendees, all my colleagues, and some old alumni like Manu. I can see you here. Sangeeta, you are here. It's really good you joined. And thanks, WAF team, for such a wonderful webinar. And thanks, Deepa and Soumya, for joining us. Thank you all. And stay tuned for more webinars.